Well, we have got a local hero with us, Ron Ellison with American Title. Good morning, Ron.
Good morning.
I say local hero because to me, you are a hero. How many calls do you get like, Ron, educate me, or can you do me a favor? But it's not just me.
That's true.
You do it for everybody, and you guys always get behind the community and do 1,010%. How long have you been in Jackson, and why Jackson?
Well, first of all, I grew up in Napoleon. Moved to Manchester for a little bit, and I'm still referred to as the guy from Napoleon when I go to Manchester. But as far as the title business, 40 years.
Wow, that's amazing.
Wow. Yeah. And, you know, when you talk about giving back or whatever, early on in my career, somebody came to me and said, my dad told me to deal with you because you give back to the community. Oh. And it's a comment like that makes you think that's the important thing. I mean, look at the community. Yeah. You know, I saw you Saturday night, Michigan Theater.
Yep.
You know, I'm sitting in the Michigan Theater, and I told Tracy, I said, I remember sitting here watching The Graduate.
Oh, no kidding?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, but you know, I went to the Michigan, went to the Capitol.
Yeah.
And you know, we've talked, watch downtown die, watch downtown come back, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
But it's yesterday, you know, the John George home, the Friendly home.
Yes.
What a great event.
Yeah.
And so you can go to work and anybody can kind of do what we do. It's customer service, but it's the extra stuff. It's given back to the community. And, you know, I joked during the break, the fair's coming up. I'll be at the livestock auction.
Yeah.
And watching those kids, they're not just auctioning off their animal. Those kids learn skills, and people don't realize that as far as taking care of the animal, the records and whatever. So that, I get more out of that than, I mean, I love it when I get compliments at work, but it's what you do after work and before work. And there are many people in this community that do the same thing. I mean, look who we saw, you know, at the Michigan Theater Saturday night.
Yes, so, you got a lovely shout out, by the way, for your and Karen's contributions. And they sent everybody to jtv.tv to watch the show that you guys just did about them. So that was kind of cool.
Nice.
So
one of the things I remember at one of the Bright Walls events, they brought in Your Generation in concert.
Yes.
And the band was at the end of their designated time, and Ron said, I will pay you, what do you want? What do you want to stay another hour?
Yeah, what did they say?
Ron wrote a check, and they stayed for another hour or so.
But and I appreciate you bringing that up, but that was such a neat event.
Yeah.
And to see that crowd, and again, I don't know if you were there when Sadie and Jason were playing, but that was a pretty good crowd yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we came down about 2 o'clock and we stayed till the end, and it was just amazing. And that's great that John George got help in the Friendly home, but a lot of businesses. There was, you know, so it was great.
I like
Here's Your Generation.
Let's see it. Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
They really are great. Are they playing anywhere local this summer? I haven't.
You know, the Bright Walls people, they're doing a new event in October, and they will have live music.
Okay.
And we're not sure who yet. They will announce. They will save the announcements closer to the event.
And I'm not sure who the chili cook-off's going to have.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Yeah,
that was them last year. So what's so great about this is with sponsorships from American Title and other leaders within the community, these are free events for everybody. So it's what I call a twofer. Anytime you can do something benevolent and give back, but it also gives you a chance to brand and network as any business. It's a great twofer. But to provide this for the community is just such a big part of your legacy.
I was waiting for you to get up on stage and sing.
When? Yesterday?
With these guys. Yeah.
All right, so Ron, American Title, my favorite title company, but there are a lot of our viewers that have no idea. Why do you need title insurance? Why are title companies involved? Educate us, please.
Well, first of all, everybody thinks that all we do are real estate closings. What we really do, we do the research. Yeah. We go to the county and we check the records to see who owns the property, are the taxes paid, Is there any litigation? We have to go to the courthouse and read divorce files, probate files. And I get this all the time. Well, the property's been in our family forever. We don't need this.
Yeah.
I will tell you the number one issue that we find is if the property's been in a family for a long time, they've screwed it up.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It was in Dad's name, he passed away, Mom thought she owned it. I mean, so, people don't realize that we do the research to make sure that the house you're selling, we check with the city and the townships about assessments and water bills. So there's a lot of research. People think, gee, Ron, you got 4 or 5 employees. No, I've got 30 employees.
Yeah. 30 amazing employees.
Yeah, they are. They make me look good. I mean, you know that. But that's it, is people really don't know what we do. And until you have a problem, and every now and then somebody will say, well, you never have any issues. Yeah, we do. We all make mistakes. But when you have a good staff, they do good work. So we're not perfect, but it makes it a lot easier having a great staff. So the research is the thing. 35 years ago, that's all we did. Banks did their own closings, and then banks got away from it and have us do the closings. So, without the research,
Well, you both know the answer to this question, but our viewers and I am interested. What's the state of the market right now?
If you're a seller, I think it's wonderful. If you hear people say there's no inventory, there's no inventory. She knows that. A year or two ago, people said there's no inventory, but when rates went up, there's a segment of the market that's not going anywhere. I was just reading the Wall Street Journal, and there's a little article about this couple that's got a 3.5% mortgage. They need a bigger house, but they don't want to move because you're going to give that up. So, I know what the market is in my world. It's really tough for you. And last time I was on, I said, the good agents are going to be busy, and the good agents are busy, but it's as tough as it's ever been getting listings because people don't want to move right now.
Yeah, it is. It is a challenge because they can't afford to do what they want to do, or comfortably can't afford to do what they want to do next. But I think overall, I wonder with you guys, because you did a lot of refis over the last 3 years when rates were crazy low, and your office was like bursting at the seams.
Yep.
So do you think you guys are experiencing like a balanced market, a high market, or low?
Well, I'm going to say right now balanced, because this is manageable.
Yeah.
And in my world, those days you were talking about aren't fun.
Yeah.
You're busy. You can only ask people to work so much.
Yep.
And we can manage it right now. One of my lenders was in last week, and he said, you're going to be busy in August.
Yep.
They've had an influx of a few refis. The people that are refining are doing it to take out some cash and to pay down some debt or whatever, but it's not like I'm going to refi and get down to a 3% mortgage or whatever. But
no, they're taking money out.
It's promising to hear one of my lenders say August is going to be a good month.
Yeah. That's because everybody spent money like it was their job for the 2 years that we were dealing with COVID, and now you got to pay those bills.
That's right.
So, and it's still, even though rates are like 6.5%, 7% historically, what's the highest rate you remember ever seeing?
When I got in the business, rates were 16 and 17%.
Yeah.
And today we're seeing land contracts.
Yeah.
And there are people in your business that have never handled a land contract situation. So land contracts are another option right now.
Yeah.
But 6 and 7%. I remember when rates got under 10%, we thought it was wonderful.
Oh yeah.
It was a
How
celebration.
quickly we forget.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But this generation has not seen that. They've been spoiled.
So other than hopefully an influx of refis in August, what else are you looking forward to as we get into the last third of summer?
Well, August is always a busy month because everybody wants to get in before school starts.
Yeah.
Yep. And so I'm looking forward to that. Commercially, we're doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I see stuff before it becomes public or whatever, and there's a lot of promising stuff going on in Jackson. And over the weekend, I heard a report about people are looking at towns like Jackson because we're still very affordable.
Yep.
When you look at our property taxes and you look at the affordability, this is still, this is a destination for people from Ann Arbor. And look at the number of out-of-town agents that are bringing people here to buy in Jackson. So
Let's
it's
not.
I know.
Stop
You know,
it.
yeah. That's frustrating.
Yeah, we'll bring them. If you're bringing people to our great community, then we'll welcome
That's
them
right.
and you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
One quick thing, that basketball out front from Gus Macker, did you win the slam dunk? Is that why you got that basketball?
No, that was just a gift from
Okay.
from Gus himself.
Okay, I saw that and I just wondered if you won that basketball. So that was a
fun.
great event.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
really fun.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. From American Title, Ron Ellison. The fair is coming, and the fair queen, Denise Owens, joins us next.